Assalamualaikum dan salam Malaysia Madani. I'm Norhazni binti Mat Sari, Deputy Director General Operation, Department of Environment Malaysia. It is a privilege to speak about the importance of protecting the ozone layer. As we all know, the ozone layer is a fragile gas shield that protects the Earth from the harmful portion of the rays of the sun, thus helping preserve life on the planet. However, weather patterns are rapidly changing with extreme heat and prolonged rainy seasons. It happens all over the world, including Malaysia, with Typhoon Yagi in Vietnam and forest fires like the Alexander Mountain Fire in North America, which burned just under 10,000 acres, as well as flooding in Kedah, Perlis, Penang and few other Malaysian states. This is a natural disaster warning signal that highlights the critical need for climate action. As we reflect on World Ozone Day, it's important to highlight the Montreal Protocol represents a united worldwide effort that started as a global agreement to protect the ozone layer and has grown into one of the most successful environmental agreements in history. Our united global efforts to phase out ozone-depleting substances, the ozone layer is healing, protecting not only human health but also our economies and ecosystem. Nevertheless, the Montreal Protocol accomplishes even more. It is critical for slowing climate change and increasing energy efficiency, particularly in the cooling industry. The Kigali Amendment goes even further, committing nations to phase out hydrofluorocarbons or HFCs, which are powerful greenhouse gases. Reducing their use is expected to prevent up to 0.5 degrees Celsius of global temperature rise by the end of the century, while also protecting the ozone layer. This is why this year's World Ozone Day is themed Montreal Protocol Advancing Climate Action, which is in line with Sustainable Development Goal SDG 13 Climate Action. It is a privilege for Malaysia as a party to the Montreal Protocol for 35 years to join other member nations in celebrating World Ozone Day 2024. We often discuss climate change, but there is another important issue that must be addressed: ozone layer depletion. The ozone layer acts like a sunscreen, shielding us from the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. Without it, life on Earth as we know it would be in grave danger. Ozone layer depletion and global climate change are directly linked because both ozone-depleting substances and their substitutes, the HFCs, are greenhouse gases. This means that the chemicals that deplete the ozone layer also contribute to global warming. Unfortunately, our own actions have severely compromised this protective layer. The use of ozone-depleting substances ODS such as chlorofluorocarbons CFCs and hydrochlorofluorocarbons HCFCs, which can be found in refrigerators, air conditioners and aerosol sprays, has destroyed the ozone layer. When these chemicals are released into the atmosphere, they deplete ozone molecules, resulting in the ozone hole. This is significant because as the ozone layer thins, more UV radiation reaches us, posing serious health and environmental risk. The consequences of ozone depletion go well beyond environmental damage. When the ozone layer thins, more UV radiation leads to an increased risk of skin cancer, eye cataracts, and weakened immune systems. It also harms marine life, particularly plankton, which is the foundation of the ocean's food chain. Crops can be damaged, resulting in food shortages, and materials such as plastic and wood degrade faster under intense UV radiation. This is more than just an environmental issue, it is also a health and economy one, and we must act now. What is being done to protect this ozone layer? To address this critical problem, the world came together in 1987 to adopt the Montreal Protocol, an international treaty designed to phase out the production and consumption of ODS. It is one of the most successful multilateral environmental agreements ever, with 198 countries on board. Thanks to this global effort, 99% of ODS have been phased out, and we have prevented an estimated 135 billion tons of carbon dioxide equivalent emissions between 1990 and 2010. The Montreal Protocol isn't just about protecting the ozone layer, it's also been a huge help in slowing down the climate change. Malaysia has been committed to the Montreal Protocol. We successfully completed HPMP Stage 1 in 2016, reducing HCFC consumption by 111.85 ODP tons. By 2022, we brought HCFC consumption down to 187.07 ODP tons, well below the target of 335.3 ODP tons that's set by the Montreal Protocol. Our goal is clear. By 2030, Malaysia will stop the consumption of HCFCs. This shows our commitment to protecting the ozone layer and fighting the climate change. As for Malaysia, DOE ensure its commitments under the Montreal Protocol through the stipulations of laws and policies. It's a shared effort among the agencies, industries, and communities. We work with partners locally and internationally through the enforcement and programs under the Environmental Quality Act 1974 to manage the use of ozone-depleting substances, ODS, and HFCs in industry. Apart from that, DOE also promoting the conversion initiatives like the Hydrochlorofluorocarbon Phased Out Management Plan, HPMP, and the Kigali Implementation Plan, or KIP, to reduce emissions of ODS and high GWP HFC to safer, sustainable alternatives and technology. We also focus on educating the public and industries through training programs and awareness campaigns. When we all work together, from manufacturers to everyday people, Malaysia contributes to protecting the ozone layer and addressing global challenges such as issue of climate change, pollution, and even biodiversity loss. Protecting the ozone layer requires the collective effort of every one of us. It's something we can do together. Whether you are at home, in the office, or part of an industry, we have our part to play. So what can we actually do? For starters, when you buy appliances, go for ones that are ozone friendly. Look for those with low GWP refrigerants. Avoid anything that contributes to ozone depleting or global warming. Simple changes like this can really make a difference. Always use certified technicians to service air conditioners and refrigerant equipment. To date, Malaysia has successfully certified a total of more than 28,000 technicians under the Certification Service Technicians Program, CSTP. Certified technicians are trained to handle and manage refrigerants safely. If your appliances use HCFCs or CFCs, they will ensure refrigerants are recovered or recycled during disposal. To verify certification, we can ask the technician to show their CSTP card or e-card issued by the Department of Environment Malaysia. We can confirm its authenticity by scanning the QR code using the eCSTP applications available on Google Play or the Apple App Store. This provides detail about the technician's certification. Lastly, it's also worth considering replacing all equipment with new appliances that operate on environmentally friendly refrigerants. When we all do our bit, making smart choices and spreading the word, we helping to protect the ozone layer and save our climate. This World Ozone Day reminds us that our actions today shape the world of tomorrow. Protecting the ozone layer is not just about preserving the environment, it's about safeguarding our health, economy, people and future. It's also about ensuring a world where our children and grandchildren can thrive. Remember, protecting the ozone layer is like putting sunscreen on the earth. It shields us from harm and ensures a safer, healthier future for all. Last but not least, much more can be done. Let's continuing our efforts to protect the ozone layer and address climate change to ensure the sustainable and better future for generations to come. Thank you.